working better with the offense these last couple of weeks? How do you feel about it?
Well, I think there's a level of comfort that we've gotten into a little bit of a groove, and obviously the offensive line is playing really well, and we've been able to run the ball efficiently the last couple of weeks, which has opened a lot of other things up.
What's been the key on third downs?
I don't know if there's one thing. It's just like a lot of these questions. There's never just one thing, but we've had guys have done a good job. I think we put some good plans together, and then guys done a good job getting themselves open. Done a good job protecting Carson back there, and he's been able to find the right guy, make good decisions, and throw the ball accurately. And like you said, we were really good on third down the other night. Statistically, 54%, but we had the one kneel down at the end of the game, so was even better than that. So we were able to stay on the field, sustain drives, and we had a lot more production as a result.
Kelce's athletic ability, how much does that allow you to kind of be a little bit more creative with your play calling?
Yeah, he's a special center, unique from an athletic standpoint, like you talk about, and being able to get on the perimeter. And that's a lot of fun for those linemen when they get a chance to get out there and run and make those blocks out in the open field. And he got a lot of credit and was highlighted for it, and as he should have been. It was a heck of a block, or two blocks on that play for him to be able to get that done. So he knows how much we think of him here. He's a special guy. He's a special leader. He obviously does a great job of communicating a lot of things that we get done up front, and as a result of the way he plays and communicates with everybody up front.
When you say highlighted, did you kind of show it in the team meeting?
No, I saw it on TV where they did spotlight on him and everything. So I think it's pretty cool.
Dallas, they obviously added Chris Richard in the offseason. How similar is that scheme to the Seattles and the Atlantas, those single high defenses?
Yeah, you see a lot of the same elements that when you're playing those teams, like you talk about Seattle or LA Chargers or the Atlanta Falcons, San Francisco, all those guys that are from that Pete Carroll tree that are running this style of defense. So you're seeing a lot of those things starting to show up.
Like Carson's numbers on Monday when he was on the move were very effective. Do you see anything as you're looking at it as to why that's happening, and do you think you can exploit that a little more?
Well, we had some of them were by design, and others were just Carson being Carson, which we know, he's got that kind of ability to be able to escape a pocket and keep his eyes downfield and make a play, and guys did a good job of extending the play with him, and we were able to get some big plays out of it. So we've always known that he's capable of doing that, and that makes it really hard on the defense.
Mike, the screens worked really well against Washington. What's the key to making those things work?
Timing is critical, and really getting them started. I mean, you got to get the line out, and they got to get the first guy. And if you can get the first guy, usually you get, once you get in the second level, you got a chance for a big play. And I think the timing was really good on it the other day. We were able to get a couple of those things started. Corey's doing a really nice job with them after the catch. In some cases, breaking a tackle or making a guy miss. And so we're getting good mileage out of them right now. Doug's doing a good job of calling them at opportune times too.
Following up on that question, though, their linebackers have been very effective and were effective in defending you guys in the screen game in the game a month ago. Does that change in any way?
You're going to Dallas now?
Yeah, Dallas game. Does that change in any way the way you would call screens or how often you would call them as you face them?
Well, we've got a lot of respect for them on defense. Their linebackers are extremely fast. They flow hard to the ball. So we've got to come up with some creative ways to try to keep those things alive in the game plan.
The throw down the field on the first drive to Golden Tate, when the play kind of broke down, Carson was kind of directing him to get downfield. Is that a chemistry thing, a communication thing, or is that something you guys just practice?
No, you can't practice that. Yeah, that's just two guys making a play, guys that are two good football players out there making a play. And to be drifting out there to his left and be able to throw that ball with touch over the defender, drop it right in there, and Golden, to be able to continue up the sideline, that was a really good play.
Do you think in general, though, that you guys kind of found a comfort level now with Golden as far as,
Well, I think every day that passes that he's here, I think everybody gets more comfortable. I think that's only natural, and he's done a really good job since he's been here. He's a very good football player, and he makes us better. So, we're excited to have him here and what he can do here this next month.
Those plays where Carson does, and your receivers have to improvise like that. How often would you say that kind of happens in a game? I know it's different each week, and can that be the difference in the game each week?
Yeah, well, you see plays that are off schedule. You know, there's opportunities for big plays. You know, coverage guys drop their coverage. They bring their eyes back to the quarterback. They lose the guy they're on. You know, zone coverages get distorted. So, you know, we preach to the guys that you know these are opportunities for big plays, and the quarterback that we have, we know can extend plays, can get himself out of trouble, and get out there and throw it accurately down the field. So, you know, the play's never over as long as Carson's got the ball in his hand.
It seems from the outside looking in that the O-line's been real productive for you these past 2 weeks. What do you attribute that to?
I don't know if there's just one thing to attribute it to. They played together a long time, and I think they just kind of found their groove a little bit. And we've been persistent with the run game. Josh has done a really good job of, you know, understanding, you know, who to read on each one of these runs. The guys are doing a heck of a job of creating lanes, and if there's not a lane there, there's been enough times where the backs have done a good job of creating on their own and getting more out of it than you might have thought initially. So I think it's a combination of things. You know, Nelson did a really good job at the point of attack on all those runs the other night. So collectively as a group, I think we understand the run game plan well and are blocking it efficiently.
As a follow-up, it's no secret you had some injuries there on the O-line at the beginning of the year, the middle of the year. Are you seeing the benefit of the healthy group, would you say?
Yeah, I think anytime there's continuity, then you got a chance to be more efficient. We've had some continuity at the O-line position, now continuity at, you know, really all the skill positions as well. And, you know, guys can kind of get in the groove.
You ran a few more plays under center against Washington, maybe other than Jacksonville. I can't think of a game where you played a higher percentage that way. What goes into that decision? I mean, why were the circumstances right to do that more against Washington?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to say that, being that we have to play them again. So I wouldn't want to divulge that information, but yeah. Again, there's some factors that we study based on the way the defense aligns, so I guess that's about all I say on that.
Mike, what jumps out at you as you watch the Cowboys and what they've done defensively?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the beginning.
What jumps out at you as you've watched the Cowboys?
Well, obviously their front four is putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. They got a really good pass rush unit. This unit flies around. They all run the ball. They're a really good tackling unit, and they're covering well, playing a lot of man coverage and covering well. So I think they're playing very confidently right now, and they have good players. They got a lot of team speed. So you know, they were top 5 defense the last time we played them. So we got a lot of respect for them on defense.
Jim just said that every game is different. It seems like there's a different flow to this offense. It seems like there's a different flow to the Cowboys defense. How much does that play into your play calling going into that game? Yeah, this didn't work last time, but things have changed, sort of things, like re-examining plays that didn't work in the past meeting.
I guess I don't really understand your question.
Basically, do you throw out plays that didn't work in the first matchup, or do you re-examine how they would work now?
Yeah, when you play people twice, you know, there's plays in every game plan that going in, you have them in for a sound reason. Obviously, you believe that they're going to work, and then you see, you know, maybe they adjusted differently than you might have expected, and say, you know what, maybe that's not as good a play going forward. Then there's other plays that, you know, fit the scheme that you're playing against, and you got to try to present a new way to do it. So, you know, that's a balance that you try to have every time you play, you know, your divisional opponents.
Carson's interception in the red zone last week, just what did you see on film, or what's kind of the coaching point?
Yeah, I mean, Carson played a great game, and he made a bunch of really, really good plays in that game, and that's one of the reasons why we won. I know that's one play that we all like to have back, so we'll get back out there this week and get to work on that and hopefully correct that issue.
The other one, just throw to Aguilar down as he was down the sideline. He overshot him there a little bit. When you went back and watched that, what happened on that play?
He overthrew him.
Reason? Was it a footwork issue? Anything from his end?
It
just missed.
Yep.
I was just going to ask one other thing related to this week. They've obviously known they're going to play you guys since Thursday night, Friday. Been preparing for you guys. You guys are on a short week. How do you negate or handle that advantage? Because it seems like it would be one for them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what their schedule was, but usually when you have those Thursday games, you get a little extra time off. So from a preparation standpoint, the coaches have had more time to prepare for us, but the players will probably have about the same amount as they would on a normal week. We've got a little bit less time, so we got to try to cram a little bit more in less time, and we've had these short weeks before and performed really well. So that's just the nature of the NFL schedule, and everybody has these weeks. Obviously, we know this is an important game, and I think our guys will be ready and do whatever it takes to be prepared to play well.
If I can ask a question from my past life viewers, you know Amari Cooper probably as well as anyone in this building. What makes him special?
Well, he just has unique, I think, speed, quickness, and acceleration for the position. I mean, he can stick his foot in the ground and change direction and accelerate as fast away from anybody as I've ever seen. So, I think he threatens those DBs in a hurry, and for that reason, they either are scared to get up and bump him, or they play way off. So, they know he can go the distance at any time. Yep. Thanks, guys.